Welcome back to the channel Rare Coins All World, coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into the world of one of the most beloved coins in American history, the 1974 Lincoln 1-cent penny. This small piece of currency, often overlooked in everyday transactions, is far more valuable than most people realize. Stick with us, because by the end of this video, you'll learn exactly why the 1974 Lincoln penny could be worth a staggering amount of money. Now, let's start by understanding the background of the 1974 Lincoln 1-cent penny. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coins in the history of the United States. For over a century, this coin has been a symbol of American heritage and a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, the nation's 16th president. Each penny features the iconic Lincoln portrait on the obverse and the familiar wheat ears or shield design on the reverse. In 1974, the United States Mint continued producing the Lincoln 1-cent penny as part of its regular coinage. However, what makes this specific year so interesting is the unique historical context and the possible variety of mint marks and errors that exist within the 1974 pennies. While millions of these coins were produced, the fact that a few rare and well-preserved ones have survived over the years makes them highly sought after by collectors. Let's talk about the design for a moment. The obverse of the 1974 Lincoln penny features the well-known image of Abraham Lincoln, as designed by Victor David Brenner. This portrait of Lincoln has remained largely unchanged since 1909, which speaks to its lasting legacy and significance in American coinage. Surrounding the image, you'll find the inscription, Liberty, the year, 1974, and the phrase, In God We Trust, all of which are an integral part of the coin's identity. On the reverse, the 1974 penny has the familiar wheat ears design, which was used on pennies from 1909 to 1958. However, the 1974 penny has a different reverse design, the Lincoln Memorial. This design, which has been used since 1959, showcases the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the back, with the words, E pluribus unum, above it, and United States of America, and 1 cent below it. The Lincoln Memorial reverse is a fitting tribute to the president and an enduring symbol of American unity and democracy, but what really sets the 1974 Lincoln penny apart from other pennies is its rarity and condition. While millions of these coins were struck, the vast majority have been circulated and have seen their fair share of wear and tear. Coins that have been heavily used tend to lose their value, especially when it comes to their appearance. The 1974 penny is no exception. Most of the ones you'll encounter today will have signs of damage, fading, or other marks that decrease their worth. The real value comes from finding a 1974 Lincoln penny in mint condition. Coins that have been carefully stored, kept free from scratches, and remain uncirculated can be highly prized by collectors. In fact, a penny that is in excellent condition can be worth far more than its face value, sometimes even hundreds or thousands of dollars, depending on its grade. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is the discovery of error coins, and this applies to the 1974 Lincoln penny as well. Minting errors occur during the production process, and when they happen, they create unique and valuable coins. Some 1974 Lincoln pennies feature double dies, where the image of Lincoln or the inscription is doubled or misaligned. These errors are incredibly rare and can dramatically increase the value of a penny. Other error coins may have off-center strikes, die cracks, or other unusual features that make them stand out from the rest. These error coins are highly coveted by collectors because they represent a one-of-a-kind piece of numismatic history. So, if you happen to come across a 1974 Lincoln penny with any kind of error, don't just toss it aside. You might be sitting on a valuable treasure. But now, let's talk about how much money a 1974 Lincoln 1-cent penny can actually be worth. If you're lucky enough to find one that's in uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But it doesn't stop there. Certain rare varieties, especially those with minting errors, can command even higher prices. Here's the big reveal. If you have a 1974 Lincoln penny that's in pristine condition, or if you come across a rare error coin from this year, it could be worth a jaw-dropping $34,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $34,000 for a single 1974 Lincoln penny. That's the power of rare coins in excellent condition or with an error. The 1974 penny, which might seem like just another coin, can become a collector's gem that could fetch an incredible price. So, if you've got a stash of old coins tucked away, it might be time to break them out and take a closer look. The 1974 Lincoln penny could very well be hiding in your collection, just waiting to surprise you with its value. And remember, the key is all about condition, rarity, and the possibility of minting errors. A well-preserved 1974 penny could be your ticket to owning a coin worth a small fortune. Today, we're about to dive into the fascinating world of rare coins, and what better place to start than with the beloved Lincoln 1-cent penny from 1980. This little coin, which might look like just another penny to most people, could actually be worth far more than you might imagine. Stick around until the end, where we'll reveal just how much this penny could be worth in today's market. Let's take a quick journey back in time to 1980, a year that holds a unique place in both American history and the world of coin collecting. The 1980 Lincoln penny was part of the ongoing Lincoln cent series, which has been in circulation for over a century. It's a coin that many people may have encountered in their daily lives, but not many realize the potential value it holds. So, why is the 1980 penny so special? First, let's take a closer look at the design of this penny. As with all Lincoln cents, the obverse features a familiar image of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Designed by Victor David Brenner, Lincoln's portrait has graced the front of the penny since 1909, making it one of the most iconic images in the history of American coinage. On this particular coin, you'll find the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and, of course, the year, 1980, inscribed around the image, making it a distinct piece of history from that year. Now, let's talk about the reverse side of the 1980 Lincoln penny. Unlike the early wheat cent reverses, which featured wheat stalks on either side of the words, 1 cent, the 1980 penny features the Lincoln Memorial, a design that has been part of the penny since 1959. The memorial, which honors the life and legacy of Abraham Lincoln, is beautifully rendered, standing as a symbol of freedom, unity, and the nation's enduring ideals. Beneath the memorial, you'll see the inscriptions, United States of America, and E pluribus unum, as well as 1 cent, which reminds us of the coin's face value. But why is a 1980 penny worth anything more than its face value? The answer lies in the condition and rarity of the coin. When most people think of a penny, they imagine a coin that's been used in countless transactions, worn down over time, and showing the signs of daily circulation. Most of the 1980 pennies you come across today will likely have some scratches, discoloration, or signs of wear. However, coins that are kept in excellent condition are highly sought after by collectors. The key to unlocking the true value of the 1980 penny is finding one that's in uncirculated or mint condition. A coin in perfect condition, with no visible damage or signs of wear, is considered pristine by coin collectors. These coins are far rarer than those that have been circulated, which is why they command such a high premium in the market. Now, here's where things get interesting. Rarity isn't just about the condition of the coin. Sometimes, coins from a certain year, like the 1980 penny, can have special minting errors that make them worth significantly more. These errors can range from misprints and double strikes to off-center impressions or even missing details entirely. For example, a double die error on the 1980 penny would mean that the image of Abraham Lincoln or the text has been struck twice, making it unique and extremely valuable to collectors. Other types of errors could include clash dies, where parts of the die make unintended marks on the coin, or even off-center strikes, where the image is not properly aligned, making the coin stand out in a way that makes it a one-of-a-kind collectible. These minting errors are often rare, and finding one is a big deal in the coin collecting world. The rarer and more unusual the error, the higher the potential value of the coin. So, let's talk about what a 1980 Lincoln penny can be worth. If you happen to have a 1980 penny that's in mint condition, it could already be worth more than you think. However, if you've got one with a rare error, such as a double die, off-center strike, or some other unique feature, the value could increase dramatically. Some coins like these can easily fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the error and the quality of the coin. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, if you've got a 1980 Lincoln 1-cent penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, or one with a rare minting error, it could be worth an astounding $30,000. That's right, $30,000 for a single penny. The combination of condition, rarity, and minting errors is what makes the 1980 Lincoln penny such a valuable coin. And remember, the 1980 penny was produced in mass quantities, so finding one in perfect condition, or with an error, can be a rare and exciting find. So, the next time you're flipping through your coin collection or checking the change in your pocket, take a closer look at those pennies. The 1980 Lincoln 1-cent penny could be hiding in there, waiting to surprise you with its value. If you happen to find one in excellent condition, or with a minting error, you could have a coin worth $30,000 sitting in your collection. Today, we're going to dive into a special coin that's often overlooked by many but could actually be worth a small fortune, the 1978 Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be surprised at just how much this penny could be worth today. Stick with us to the end, and you'll find out just how much this coin might be worth in today's market. The 1978 Lincoln penny is one of those coins that may not immediately stand out in the realm of coin collecting, but if you dig a little deeper, you'll see that it holds quite a bit of value for those in the know. Let's take a step back and look at the history behind the 1978 penny. The Lincoln 1-cent coin has been in circulation since 1909, and ever since, it's been one of the most popular and recognized coins in the United States. The image of Abraham Lincoln has graced the penny for over a century. Designed by Victor David Brenner. In 1978, the United States Mint was continuing its tradition of producing Lincoln pennies as part of the annual coinage program. However, what sets the 1978 penny apart from other years is that while many of these coins were produced, very few have survived in mint condition, which makes them extremely desirable to collectors. But beyond that, there's something else about the 1978 penny that makes it even more interesting. Over the years, the 1978 penny has been subject to wear and tear, which means that finding one in pristine condition is actually quite rare. Now let's take a closer look at the design of the 1978 Lincoln penny. As with all Lincoln pennies, the obverse side of the coin features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, which has remained largely unchanged since 1909. The image of Lincoln, etched by Brenner, stands as a lasting tribute to the 16th President of the United States, known for his leadership during the Civil War and his role in the abolition of slavery. Surrounding Lincoln's portrait, you'll see the words, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the year, 1978, along with "United States of America" at the top. On the reverse side of the 1978 penny, you'll find the iconic Lincoln Memorial, a design that has adorned the reverse of the Lincoln penny since 1959. This grand building is located in Washington, D.C., and is dedicated to honoring the memory of Abraham Lincoln. The design showcases the memorial, with the words "United States of America" and "E Pluribus Unum" inscribed along with the 1-cent denomination. Now, let's talk about what makes this 1978 penny so valuable. The key to its worth lies in its condition and its rarity. Most pennies you'll find in circulation today have been used for decades, passing through countless hands, sitting in pockets, and encountering wear and tear. As a result, the majority of 1978 pennies you'll come across will have some degree of damage, whether that's scratches, discoloration, or just general wear. However, this is where the 1978 Lincoln penny becomes interesting. Some of these pennies have survived in near-perfect condition, and it's these coins that are prized by collectors. But here's where it gets even more exciting. There's a chance that among these 1978 pennies, you may come across one with a minting error. Minting errors are one of the most thrilling aspects of coin collecting, and they can happen for a variety of reasons during the coin production process. For example, some 1978 pennies might have double die errors, where the design of the coin is struck twice, causing the images and inscriptions to appear doubled. These errors are relatively rare, which makes them extremely valuable to collectors who specialize in minting anomalies. Other types of minting errors that could make the 1978 penny even more valuable include off-center strikes, where the image on the coin is misaligned, or die cracks, where cracks in the coin's die leave unique markings on the coin. All of these errors can dramatically increase the value of the penny, making it a must-have for coin collectors looking for something rare and unique. So, how much could a 1978 Lincoln penny be worth? If you happen to have a pristine, uncirculated penny, you could already have a coin worth more than its face value. However, if your 1978 penny happens to be in perfect condition, or better yet, if it features a rare minting error, it could be worth significantly more. Depending on the specific error and condition, the value can range, but the 1978 Lincoln penny could be worth as much as $37,000. Yes, you heard that right, a single 1978 Lincoln penny could be worth an incredible $37,000. That's the magic of rare coins in great condition, or even rarer minting errors. So, next time you find yourself sifting through some old pennies or checking out a collection, take a moment to examine any 1978 Lincoln pennies you may come across. You could be holding onto a valuable treasure without even realizing it. Remember, condition is key, and even a small minting error could turn a seemingly ordinary penny into a collector's dream. If you have any 1978 pennies in your collection, now is the time to give them a second look. They could be worth $37,000. Today we're going to explore one of the most fascinating coins from the United States, the 1981 Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now, you might be thinking, it's just another penny, right? But you'd be surprised at how valuable this little coin can be. Stick around to the end because we're going to reveal just how much this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth today. The 1981 Lincoln penny is part of the long-standing Lincoln cent series that has been in circulation since 1909, honoring the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. This penny, just like all the others, features Lincoln's portrait on the front, which was designed by Victor David Brenner and has become one of the most iconic images in American coinage history. But there's something special about the 1981 Lincoln penny that many collectors may overlook. As with any coin, the condition is key to determining its value. While most pennies from 1981 were circulated and spent over time, what truly makes them valuable is the rarity and condition of the coin. The truth is, finding a 1981 penny in mint condition, or one that has a rare minting error, can really increase its worth. Let's take a step back and look at the design of the 1981 Lincoln penny. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, with the year 1981 inscribed beneath his image. The inscription also reads, "Liberty," along with the phrase, "In God We Trust," and, of course, "United States of America," etched around the top. The reverse of the coin, which was designed by Frank Gasparo, features the iconic Lincoln Memorial, a design that has adorned the back of the penny since 1959. The memorial is a symbol of Lincoln's legacy and the unity of the United States. The coin also reads, "E pluribus unum," meaning, out of many, one, along with the denomination, 1 cent, at the bottom. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1981 Lincoln penny so interesting for collectors. Most pennies are fairly common and easy to find, but not all of them are in perfect condition. Over time, many of these coins have been worn down by years of circulation. The 1981 penny, like many others, was minted in large numbers, and while the majority of them may be in poor condition, finding one in excellent or uncirculated condition is a rarity. What makes this penny even more intriguing is the possibility of minting errors. These errors occur when there's a mistake in the minting process, and they can make a coin even more valuable than it otherwise would be. 1981 Lincoln pennies with minting errors are extremely sought after in the coin collecting world. These errors could include double die strikes, where the design is imprinted twice, or off-center strikes, where the image on the coin is misaligned. Clash dies, where parts of the die make unintended impressions on the coin, are also a possibility. These minting errors can dramatically affect the value of a coin, and some 1981 pennies with rare errors have sold for far more than you'd expect for a regular penny. And even if your 1981 penny doesn't have a minting error, a coin in near-mint condition can still fetch a significant amount of money. So, just how much is the 1981 Lincoln penny worth? Well, in typical circulation, you're not going to get much more than 1 cent for a 1981 penny. However, if you have one in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, especially if there's an error or unique feature on the coin. A minting error can cause the value to skyrocket, making it highly desirable to coin collectors. The 1981 Lincoln penny, in pristine condition or with an error, could be worth $34,000, yes, you heard that right, $34,000 for a 1981 penny. It's truly remarkable how a coin that was once only worth 1 cent could become such a rare and valuable collectible. So, the next time you come across a 1981 Lincoln penny, take a moment to inspect it carefully. If it's in great condition or has a unique minting error, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that may seem like just another regular penny but has the potential to be worth far more than you might imagine, the 1975 Lincoln 1-cent penny. If you're into rare coins or treasure hunting, you'll definitely want to stick around to learn how this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth a small fortune. The 1975 Lincoln penny is part of the famous Lincoln cent series, which has been a staple of American coinage since 1909. The design, created by Victor David Brenner, has become iconic over the years. It features the image of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, and is one of the most recognizable coins in the world. The penny's simple yet powerful design has made it a popular collector's item for over a century. When we talk about the 1975 penny, it's easy to assume it's just another coin that was minted in large numbers. After all, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies in 1975 as part of its routine production process. But there's much more to this coin than meets the eye. What makes the 1975 Lincoln penny so special is its rarity, its condition, and the potential for finding mint errors that can make this coin worth far more than just 1 cent. Let's first take a closer look at the design of the 1975 penny. On the obverse side, we have the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, created by Brenner. His face is framed by the inscription, Liberty, the phrase, In God We Trust, and of course, the year, 1975. At the top, you'll find, United States of America, which is a standard feature on all U.S. coins. Turning the coin over, the reverse side features the well-known Lincoln Memorial, another symbol of the enduring legacy of President Lincoln. This design was introduced in 1959 and has graced the back of the penny ever since. The Lincoln Memorial is surrounded by the words, E pluribus unum, and United States of America, with 1 cent inscribed at the bottom. The memorial stands as a tribute to Lincoln's leadership and the strength of the United States, making it a perfect design for this iconic coin. But here's the kicker: while most 1975 pennies you'll come across have been circulated and are in average condition, finding a mint condition 1975 penny is actually quite rare. Over the years, many pennies have become worn out from being used in everyday transactions, passed from hand to hand, or tossed aside into coin jars. However, a 1975 penny that's been carefully preserved can fetch a pretty penny, no pun intended. In fact, a pristine penny in uncirculated condition is one of the most sought-after items for coin collectors. Now, let's talk about minting errors. Mint errors are one of the most exciting things for any serious collector. During the coin-making process, mistakes happen, and these mistakes can create extremely rare and valuable coins. The 1975 Lincoln penny is no exception. Some of these pennies have been found with minting errors such as double strikes, where the design is stamped twice, causing parts of the coin to overlap. There have also been off-center errors, where the image is not aligned properly during the minting process. Other potential errors include die cracks or die clashes, which occur when the dies used to strike the coin have cracks or damage, leaving unique marks on the coin. If you happen to have a 1975 penny with one of these minting errors, you could have a valuable collectible on your hands. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for coins with errors because these mistakes are incredibly rare and make the coin stand out as a one-of-a-kind item. Minting errors like these can drastically increase the value of a coin, turning a simple penny into a collectible treasure. So, you might be wondering, how much can a 1975 Lincoln penny be worth? If you've got a 1975 penny in near-perfect condition or one that features a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a gold mine. For example, a pristine, uncirculated 1975 penny could fetch anywhere from a few hundred to a few $1,000s, depending on the condition. But if you have a minting error coin, especially one with an error that's rare and sought after, you might be looking at something much more valuable. In fact, a 1975 Lincoln penny in perfect condition, or with a minting error, could be worth as much as $36,000. Yes, you heard that right, $36,000 for a 1975 penny. Imagine that, just a tiny coin from 1975, something you might have passed over in a coin jar or found at the bottom of a drawer, could be worth more than you ever thought possible. This is the power of coin collecting. Sometimes, the most ordinary objects hold extraordinary value. So, what does this mean for you? If you have a 1975 Lincoln penny lying around in your collection, it's definitely worth taking a closer look at it. Inspect it for minting errors, check its condition, and make sure it's in a safe place for possible future selling or auction. Even if you think it's just another penny, it could be worth far more than you realize. If you enjoyed this exploration of the 1975 Lincoln penny and want to learn more about rare coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on more valuable coin discoveries. Who knows, you might have a $36,000 penny sitting in your collection right now. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting.